Okay, so these only represent people. I'm a horrible artist. So here we are, a bunch of people in the community. We decide that we are going to, we recognize that we do exist within a community. Now, if you can legally name it and you have certain things in place, you can actually claim that this community enjoys the legal protection of a society. If you can't do that, all you can really claim is it's a community. And the difference is the name. Okay? Societies, for them to legally exist, they have to have a legal name. Now, whether or not you have a community or a society, because we're all equal and because we do want to enjoy the benefits of that a community and an association with like-minded, happy people can bring, we have developed means whereby a group of people will be the government body, the governing body of this community or society. When I say community or society, I'm not saying they're both the same thing, because they're not. Now what happens is this. This is what I noticed on the forum, the AV Canada forum, on the thread that I started about WestJet. Everyone wants community. Few realize that they have community with no society, and that the people who are now claiming the power to govern everyone within this community, one of their biggest tools, if you start dissenting with the way they govern, they claim, oh, you're unhappy with the idea of community. They think that if you question the government, you're questioning the very idea of community and association. And that, to me, is certainly false. And the other thing they use is that if you say, listen, I don't agree with the way you govern, that you choose to not be in a community. Again, there's nothing that supports that. There's nothing logical that supports that. So it's kind of like a self-perpetuating. Oh, and this is the other thing. Here I am standing up and saying, you know what, we should be paying greater attention to how these people up here govern us. And then people come out and they say, ooh, you woke me up, I was happy, I was asleep. And you shouldn't question the government. You should be happy you live in a country where you can question the government. And I say, I am happy I live in a place where I can do that. I believe it's expected of me. They say, well, if you're happy you can do it, then don't. Some of their logic is beyond belief. Now, another argument that they seem to bring is that if I do not submit and apply and receive government-issued identification, that I don't have the right to fly. Now, bear in mind, technically speaking, there's absolutely nothing in the Act or the regulations or in the law that would justify that. And I believe I explained already the tricky nature that they use to secure the power for themselves and to position themselves where they can revoke permission to you to fly. And the way they do it is because within our community, they convince some people, and sadly a large percentage of them, to go to the government, submit application, and be seen as a child of the province because of this act that they engaged in. And now these people in the government, they take great steps. They want us to believe that if we question them on their belief that there is a need for us to abandon and beg people who are supposed to be our servants, they now try to claim that we are actually a threat to the whole community and sense of community. And that someone, because say someone like me, questions these people and how they convince everyone else to submit, suddenly I'm a threat to the whole, merely for getting people within the community to question the way the people who have put themselves in positions of government. When I get you to question how they do it and what their limits of their authority are, suddenly I'm an enemy to them. But they can't, they're not willing to put me on the passenger list, or the specified passenger list, or the actually specified persons list. Wonder why. Incidentally, I would like to apologize for making the movie consisting mostly of my talking head, and I hope this, the High-Tech Board of Truth and Justice, mixes it up a little for you. You can't really say it's for safety, can you? Because your concerns about safety and identification are met, but still you insist on government issued. I'll tell you why. It has to do with the nanny, the ward, and the cookie jar. Now imagine for a moment, there's a house, and you're in this house. We'll call the house Canada. Now you're a child, a little baby, and you have a nanny. Now, Nanny doesn't own the house. Your parents, who went away on a trip, they went away. This one's carrying luggage. It was before wheels were on luggage. They went away, and they have not come back. So now Nanny is in charge of you, but believe it or not, you are the owner of the house and all of the wealth within it. Now, this house that you're in, that you own, it's worth a lot. And there is a thing called a security of the person. And this security of the person is pretty much, imagine it like these parents before they went away, they bought stock in Microsoft, and that stock generates dividends every year, lots of money. And although it belongs to you, it is the nanny who gets to control it, collect the dividends, take care of you. Plus, the moment you put yourself in a position where you have abandoned and begged